I think that in a way we are living something closer to the end of 19th century. So, but without the power of modernity. So, because at the end of 19th century, there was a kind of the center with muscles, the future in front of you, technology will save the world, and there was this amazing energy to transform it, the brave new world, utopia, futuro, no? But today we are living the end of modernity, the crisis of what we consider to be the element to save the world, but with the rising questions, because in the meantime reality is living a deep metamorph. So on one side we have rising questions from a new world, which is brave and violent in the meantime, which is generating victims, economically speaking, not only. So architecture, which was the representation of that world, today is living a crisis of contents, a crisis of agenda. The traditional tools are good, but not good enough. On the other side, the architect should stand down from his golden chair and to walk back in reality and to listen. And then he will discover that people is talking so many languages that will be very difficult to transform this multiplicity of languages into one building, one language, one space. This is, I think it's dramatic. At the meantime is very challenging, but it means that we have to consider an epistemological shift, which is considering the fact that I'm an editor, so my work is listening and to study and to meet but not only the architect. I'm working in the street, let's say, and I read a more economic newspaper than architecture magazine, I would say, to understand. So I think, and also I'm also an educator. I teach at university. In the meantime, you also there you feel the limit of the traditional instrument, what we teach to our students. So on one side is a dramatic set of problems. On the other, I think it's an amazing challenge to work on that and to reconsider and to generate ideas and tools of communication on different level to generate something at the moment unexpected but necessary. Yeah, well, it's true. By nature, I'm an optimist. I always see half the glass full. Yeah. But you are right. I mean, you are telling me something that I don't want to listen, but it's true, because it's on one side I truly believe in the capability of the project, let's say of the architectural thinking, which is more important, to be useful. On the other side, I see the limit. And probably I'm being part of this generation, of this world. I don't see what will come. Probably a young guy of 20 years old now has inside his blood all the answers, and still he doesn't know. So I'm just looking for the new generation to see what will emerge. I think that the role of my age, of my generation, will be to generate cultural tools and to, not to guide, but to open question, to raise question, and to provoke, and to blur the limits, to break them down, finally, definitively, because still limits are resisting a lot. Still, images of architecture are resisting a lot because it's iconic, it's impossible to break it down. But I think probably the role of my generation is this one, to prepare the ground for the next ones. Let's say architecture today, the big firms and the big brands are truly related to the capital, to a very aggressive capitalist economy, which is spread worldwide, everywhere. So there's no out, there's no a chance, there's an alternative, no? And in a world of the market where all consumer architecture is another branding. So you sell architecture as you sell a bottle of water, and this is part of the game. At the meantime, what I see is that the market is changing. People also is asking for something different. They are not asking for another brand, but they're asking for truly real places to find, to feel good. Happiness, desire, gathering together, It's something that is emerging so much into the communities, which is overwhelming the role of the brands. No? So it's strange because in this moment we are like on two worlds. One is the world of big capital, so you have cities designed by branding spread everywhere like an anonymous object, and then you have communities with a lot of new generation of architects playing on a completely different level. They are not touching each other. They are two cities in the same place, let's say. So what at the moment interests me, I'm completely annoyed by the first level, completely annoyed, because I don't see any interesting things in the last 10, 15 years, really. Yeah, I see talent, I see good forms, it's okay, but I don't see future. I see only present, past present, let's say. And in the meantime, I see work of architects that try to do something different, that try to work with the energies and the money left, let's say, the energies that are there, and generate very poetic projects, very inspiring strategies and technique. Also on bigger scale. I mean, as you know, I quoted the Alberto Carracci library, and for me, I love it because for me it was not just only a building, it was a statement of the idea of knowledge for the next future. Like knowledge for everybody, no? So it was a very powerful image of an idea of knowledge. So, and this, from this point of view, was a kind of a speaking architecture. That's why for me it was very beautiful, and it's huge. So I mean, it's not a matter of scale or money. It's a matter of visionary, being radical, and being, as I told, gentle, which means taking care, to fall in love with the reality, with the people, which not is populist. I'm not talking about demagogic things. I'm just talking about the idea that architects is one in the middle of other, but with a special gift, because architecture is a gift, is something unique. It's not just anything.